He's a manifestation of my dream. He's a manifestation of my dreams. Hey, got it right this time. You're here with Here's the Life with Zemrah.
Ned.
And we're coming to you on a nice sunny Tuesday evening. We're here every Tuesday at 6 to 7 and bringing you some good stuff. I want to thank Mr. Marcus Burks for joining us last week by phone, giving us some awesome information about what he's doing with urban aspirations, working with the young people, young musicians, and giving them a platform to be able to express their gift. And also, he's getting ready for to do something connected with that in June at Starbucks.
Yes,
he's going to be
right.
been doing something with them in there in Hyde Park. So we will bring you more definite information on that. That's my guy with WHPK, always giving me a platform to talk about my concert and my music and all the good things that I do and have coming up. So I really appreciate that. And want you to join me at on Facebook. Go to Zemrah Singing, YouTube. You can always check out our shows, our previous shows. We've had some good folk on. And also you can check out all of my Here's the Life concerts. And as I said before, you know, on our music portion, we're going to kind of steer towards our format today because we always have guests, but we're going to kind of stick with our format. And but I just want to welcome you and, you know, want you to continue to check us out on YouTube and see what we're talking about. One of the things that we did want to share and talk about and kind of talk a little bit about to our senior market is depression. Times, you know, seniors, that's where I kind of arrived at the Here's the Life. Because again, my philosophy is as long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, you know, you keep it moving. And that's what you do. And a lot of times, I always say that when you embrace life, life will certainly embrace you back. I think a lot of times a person be depressed and not even really be aware of it.
That is possible.
That's true.
Well, speaking from personal experience, there was a time in my life when I was depressed, but I didn't know it because I had lost well, I'll say not the will, but the energy or the aspiration to actually do anything creative. And being creative is what I do. That's what keeps me going. And I just lost the energy to do anything, and I didn't understand what that was until the doctor told me, you know, that you probably been suffering from a mild case of depression and didn't know it because you didn't want to do anything. And I think that's what happens to most people. Really don't know they're depressed because they just all they know is that life doesn't offer anything anymore, and it seems that they're going in the wrong direction. Nothing is progressing, and they feel like they're stuck. That's a form of depression.
Oh, absolutely. A sense of sadness. Of course, you know, we know the suicidal part, but of course, you definitely know you're depressed if you go there.
Right.
But a sense of sadness, and like you said, not really and truly progressing and not feeling like you're doing anything really with your life. And we just want seniors to know that you really and truly want to do. Go inside and figure out your desire. You know, a lot of times once you retire, a lot of people don't really have a schedule where they're still doing what they've been used to doing. So that tends to get them down because they find themselves just sitting around the house, not really doing anything. They wake up one morning, nothing is accomplished, and it's like they're just as opposed to really living a dream that they have. And I always say that, you know, after you've retired, or even look at some of the things that you might want to accomplish, or, you know, you might even if you decided to go back to school, or, but don't stop dreaming. Don't stop living life because That's what life is for, to live, not to just exist, but to make something of substance.
Well, I'm thinking that there's no such thing as retirement.
Not for our baby boomers. I mean,
No, not for us.
we from a different generation, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the golden age for us.
Right. We're not like my mom and dad, sitting around waiting to take care of the grandkids and great grandkids. No,
Nope, we ain't doing that.
no.
But retiring to me is, what are you retiring for? From life? To stop doing something? Do you sit around the house? Since you're not working, you don't contribute anything to society anymore. You watching soap operas all day. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. First of all, if you retire from work, that means it gives you the opportunity to do what you really want to do with your life, and that gives you the opportunity to get really active. Because the job is just what you do to exist, to keep paying the bills. Once you retire and you got a retirement pay or you got a retirement income coming in to take just your basic bills, that's the time to really get busy on your dreams. That's the time to start getting busy in the community, being involved in politics if that's your thing, and when you can really express yourself. You've already gained the access to knowledge just by being older and experienced. Pass that on to the younger people in the neighborhood. Pass it on to the people in your organization, your church. There's invaluable information that the seniors are walking around with. The information that they have and experience that they have to contribute to the neighborhood and contribute to the children who have access or interactions with an older. That's when you really should get busy. When you retire from work, that means you're free to really live your life.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't spend it talking about no politics, because that's almost a waste of time at this season and time. I mean, you can be knowledgeable, but to
well, it's not
unless you want to be a politician, which I don't think many of us would want to do that.
Well,
but
most communities are based on politics and the art of compromise. I'm not. I don't believe in compromise, especially when you shouldn't compromise your beliefs. You shouldn't compromise the truth or honesty or that which helps people. You shouldn't be compromised.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I couldn't be a politician, because what's right is right, and I wouldn't settle for anything less. And I believe everybody can and possibly get everything they want if they're willing to let the other person have what they want and take our tax money to get what we all want. So it's a very simple process to me.
Yeah.
So I don't believe I couldn't do politics. I wouldn't last long. I tell the truth.
Yeah.
If you tell the truth, you won't last long.
Absolutely. But I think that's very important as far as people being aware and being conscious of a sense of depression, a sense of you're feeling a sense of loss or discouraged or not feeling any type of hope. You want to make sure that you talk to someone. And, a lot of times I think with us as a people, unfortunately, we think to seek out counseling, that you've got to be mentally disturbed or something like that. But it is a very intelligent person that seek out help. If you have that concern or you feel some type of, loss or discouragement or sadness or any of that that can lead to depression, then, talk to your physician, but definitely talk to someone that you feel very, very close to. But we want our seniors to know that you can definitely, seek help, because that's important to do. So you can, get past that. And
say about seeking help and asking for help is very, very important.
It is.
And it's profound. It's something that the majority of us don't do.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right. We feel there's some type of stigmatism behind asking for help, or saying that I have a problem.
Mm-hmm. I need counseling.
Is that we all have a problem. Anyone sounding my voice suffering from some form of post-traumatic with us.
I think you love that. You said that last week.
I love it because it's true. Suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome.
We got it.
Therefore, it leads to all types of other symptoms that you may not be able to pinpoint.
Yeah.
But it's a growth out of growth of all of that is the experience that as a whole that we've experienced that brings about these other symptoms.
Yeah.
That we should try to recognize. And if you have a problem with, where you feel hopeless, you should talk to someone. Most of us don't think there's anyone to talk to or have anyone that we can talk to. So the best thing to do is go to your local community organization or your church and seek counseling there, because there is counseling available. And there are people who've been through exactly what you're going through. We just don't believe. We think, well, you're really unique. My problem is mine. Nobody's got one like me. Yes, there are. There are people going through exactly what you're going through.
Oh, absolutely.
Been through it, and they're able to help, and they can really relate to what you're talking about. So it's good to go and seek some type of help.
And I think that's a very good point about going to your church also. And if you have confidence in your minister, sharing some of your innermost feelings with that. Because I think another thing too that like we had mentioned earlier, a lot of times too with some of our seniors, we allow our young people to burden us with their children. They have all these children, and then they expect the grandmothers or the great grandparents to take care of them, and that's not necessarily so. You can be there to assist, you can be there to support, but to raise them, no. You want to give advice, we already know that, and we always say that, but to be burdened down with that, it's just not good. So it's always good to my philosophy is that you have your children, that is your choice to have them. Just like me, I chose to have one. That was enough. and did a good, with that. But and she decided to have six, which she has six children, and but one thing I can say about my daughter, she took care of them. She took great care of them. So, but those are choices. So we want the grandparents out there to know that all of that is well and good, and we love our grandchildren, we love our greats, but you still want to be able to live your life and do what you need to do for you. And in this time, I think that's very important to be able to embrace your own life and do what you want to do with your life.
I agree with that to a certain extent, but no. So then here's the thing. The grandparents of today are basically baby boomers who've been through a whole lot, and they've done a lot with so little for so long. They can do anything forever with nothing.
Got it.
They can do that. So they understand.
Excuse me.
But the raising of children in any society should be laid on the shoulders of the elders. Not the taking care of, but the raising of them. Giving them advice, giving them training, giving them the do's and don'ts of life and how to be a productive human being.
Absolutely, I said that. Yeah.
And that's what but not just to be babysitters. The seniors and grandparents of today and great grandparents, they're not your older grandparents, not grandparents of yesterday. They're still moving, they're still active, they're still young, and they're not just babysitters. They will teach you, but in any society, the elders should raise the children, not probably just babysit them, but they should are the ones that give the children their values and their discipline, and then send them home to their parents.
Absolutely, and nothing's wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. But understand that for a child to grow up knowing what's right and what's wrong lies in the hands and on the shoulders of the elders. People are meant to have children. They're young, they're strong. When they come childbearing age, that's okay. But the elders are the ones supposed to make sure the child understands life and teach the things they should know. You can't get a young person who barely knows what they need to know to teach a child what to do.
Babies raising babies now.
That's what it is. So it goes on the shoulders of the grandparents and the elders to actually teach that child and raise that child so they would depart from it. That means that they won't forget it. That don't mean they'll do it, but they won't forget the lessons that you've taught them. For every opportunity that a grandmother, grandfather, or any member of the family, older member of the family, mature member of the family gets to talk to that child, they should do it because that's their role. That's what they should do. That's what I feel about it.
And I agree with that. I think that's a good thing. It's very important, especially if there is positive. You're delivering something positive to them where they can really benefit from it and get something out of it. I agree with that.
So is anyone out there in Radio Land who agrees with me? Call in. Give me your support.
At 708-223-8953. You're joining Zemrah Here's to Life here at IntellectualRadio.com, Feeding the Brain. And we'll be back shortly. You're going to hear a little bit from very irresistible Zemrah. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everything must change. 'Cause nothing or no one goes unchanged. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. But that's the way of these times. Yes, everyone and everything's got to change. For there are not many things right here in this life that we can be so very sure, except raindrops from the sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds they fly. Now winter turns to spring. A wounded heart must heal, but never much too soon. Yes, everyone and everything got to change. The young become the old, and mysteries do, all mysteries they unfold. But that's the way of these times. Yes, everyone and everything got to change. For there are not many things right here in this life that we can be so very sure, except raindrops from the clouds and the sun lights up the sky. Hummingbirds they fly. Raindrops from the clouds and the sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds they fly. Every little thing must change. You and me, we've got to change. Well, well, well. Every little thing must change. We all must change. This world must change. Everything must. Hey, out there, we're back with Zemrah. Here's to life. Listening to one of my favorite songs, always with an excellent message.
Mine too.
Everything must change. And you know, right in through here, that's what we need is some change. Um, Look at life a certain kind of way and understand that, you know, we need change. And that's what I'm working on. Some of my music, this is our music portion, where it just let you know some of the things that I'm doing, still working on my CD, Love is Possible, going into the studio back and forth, trying to get this thing laid out like I really want it, and got some other great things that we're working on. It takes time to bring out the product that I really want this time because we're dealing with a lot of original music.
Yes.
Written by Miss Pamela Wilkes, who is an awesome lady with lyrics. You can just say a word to her, and she's gonna write a piece from it, which I do also. But her lyrics are just phenomenal, and then I take the music and create it, and then I give it to the musicians, or the musical director that's working with me, Mr. Pierre Poller, and then we just make it happen.
Pam, they're doing a play, aren't they?
We're going to have them on to talk about the play Solomon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I think around the 26th of May they're going to be opening up at the Era Crown, but I'll bring them on to talk a little bit more about it because I don't have the information present, and I don't want to give any misinformation. But they're going to come on and talk about this brilliant play that they're bringing. Be good
at the Era Crown.
Yeah, the Era Crown. Yeah, and they're going to be they're in LA, I believe now, and they're going to be touring, I think, about 5 or 6 other states with it. So that should be really good. And then speaking of plays, and this is our music portion, are in a play called 3 Stars, which is a great production for Mother's Day. And he's narrated, and they ask him to be narrator too. So, and then of course they have me build this, to do a couple of songs for him, and I feel very honored. It's a great, great dramatic comedy of love, sacrifice, and as they put it, magic. And it's Mother's Day, the 14th. It's in the evening, 6:30. Like I told you last week, what a wonderful way to end Mother's Day. It's at the Beverly Arts Center at 2407 West 111th Street in Chicago, Illinois. And for tickets, Go
ahead.
I'll tell you where you can get tickets at. For tickets, you can go to www.inthelightsite.com, and that's INTOTHEGHTSITE.com, and that's where you can purchase tickets. And this is written and directed by Audrey K. Kenner, who is a wonderful lady. She's Audrey K. of the Audrey K. Today Show. And her and her husband are doing some really, really good things. And one of the things I think that it is so important, and we always say this, and you can never say it enough, that it is so important for us as a people to begin to support one another, because the support really and truly helps so much when you know that people are there to get your dream going. You can't do all that stuff by yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when I can support or help someone, we certainly try to do that, because I know with my Here's to Life concert, again, I have a great team that I can always depend on, and they're right there, making my thing happen. So I'm always willing to share and do that as well. again, all you give is all you get, and we always say that. And then another thing too, we had Miss Wilda Belt on a couple of weeks ago, who is a dynamic travel agent.
Travel lady.
Yes, but she is an assistant to me. Anything I need, she's just great at doing it and making sure it happens. Matter of fact, she chairs my Here's the Life concert. But she has a wonderful trip coming up November 8th through the 13th to Punta Cana in, no, baby.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Duh. Come on now. And that's coming up. And that's going to be real cool. It's right before Thanksgiving, before can be a wonderful, wonderful gift to someone coming into even Christmas. So for more information, you can contact Wilda Belt at 312-399-6256. And she can certainly help you for any trip really that you would like to go on as a group. She does, wedding destinations and all that good stuff. So, she can make it happen for you. So again, for any information on that trip, it's again, Wilda Belt at Wilda Belt Fund Travel. And that's 312-399-6256. So brought you some information, again, sharing with you some information that of ours, people that we can help.
I'm going for my birthday, huh?
Well, we're really and truly looking at it. I think it might be a thing where our daughter and grandchildren are going to send us, because that's like 4 days before our anniversary.
Right, that's right.
So, we're looking forward to making that happen. It's all inclusive, hotel, round trip, airfare, all your meals, 24 hours, your drinks. I mean, it's really a phenomenal trip, and like I said, a wonderful way to begin the holiday, I would think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and that's right when it's starting to get a little. So to be able to go back into the sun might be real sweet.
Might be cold.
Yeah. And then I'm working on my holiday show, which is going to be a black tie event. And we're hoping it's going to be a penthouse event. So we're working on that hopefully so I'm working on that, and just to make sure the date is solid, but I'll be bringing you more information on that. So just working on some things. All we can do is just keep it going, and that's what we do. So again, we're here at IntellectualRadio.com. I'm Zemrah, Here's the Life. Check us out every Tuesday. We are here bringing you some good stuff, and usually we have some great guests. We'll have one for you next week. I think of you so often, you're steadily on my mind. You absorb my very being. You're my world, you're the song. Our love is very precious. It's definitely a gift. Wherever we go, to all we know, we give a lift. Yes, I know, baby, loving you is sweet as your kiss. Ooh, sweet, sweet, sweet as your kiss, kiss, kiss. Loving you, baby, is sweet, sweet as your kiss. You make my world go round and round. When you smile, you light up a room. Our bodies close are so in tune. I can't imagine life without you. You're a dream come true. Yes, I know, baby. Loving you Loving you, baby, as sweet as your kiss. Loving you, baby, is sweet, Now I'll tell everyone how much I love you. I'll tell everyone how much I care. I have so much to give to you and share. You make me happy as can be. Believe me, loving you is a treat. I'm yours for keeps. Oh, that's how I know, baby. Loving you is sweet, sweet as your kiss. You're my flavor. You're the sun that brightens my day. The path that lights my way. My way, way. That's how I know, baby. Loving you, sweet as your kiss. Loving you, baby, is sweet, sweet as your kiss. Sweet as your kiss. That's one of my originals written by very irresistible Zemrah.
It's a hit.
Yeah. We're going to put that on our next CD. It's been requested. We're going to add maybe a little more oomph to it and just really, really push it. That's a piece that has not, and everybody that hears it just loves it.
Needs more airtime.
Yeah. And so we're going to really, that will be on our Your Love Is Possible, because sweet as your kiss. Hey. Makes love possible. Yeah. So in the relationships where we're talking about sweet as your kiss, have you really told someone out there that you care? I put on Facebook the other day, have you really made a difference in someone's life that you say that you love or you care about? What have you did to let them know that? If you just you're overwhelmed with life, you're overwhelmed with love, but you're letting someone know what you can really do to make a difference in their lives out there. And I wonder what kind of effect lean towards when you give of yourself and you let someone know how you really feel. A lot of times we hide behind what we really feel instead of really letting people know and sharing that inner feeling of love and compassion for people. And I think sometimes, we miss that because we don't necessarily always give of ourselves in a way we feel a sense of rejection, I guess, or we're afraid to really express. But how just a phone call, you never know. Like I talked to a girlfriend of mine today, and she had been on my heart because I always say, when you're thinking of someone all the time and it's just pressing on you, that you need to pick up the phone and check on that person because truly something can be going wrong. And I did that today. And just that one phone call made a difference. I mean, you could just hear it in her voice, that just to hear my voice and to let her know I had been thinking about her, it meant a lot.
I'm glad you brought that up, Zim, because a lot of us don't realize is to speak to someone personally. And if the person is on your mind, that means that you're on their mind. In the universe is all connected. So if they're thinking or going through something, you can feel it. Their name comes up in your memory bank or in your subconscious mind, gives you the urge to call them. to see what's going on, because usually something is going on with them that they don't want to speak about. So we need to get back to in life that you cannot see. The invisible strengths that most humans have is a connectiveness through the invisible force that we all share. If you tell someone you care about them, we have to get over the fear. It would be the fear of not sharing how we feel based on what we think the other person might feel, or how they might receive it or not receive it. What you think of them is important. What they think of you is none of your business. What it is that whatever you want to do, whatever you feel for that person, do it and have the courage to go ahead and do it and call them or tell them that you care about them and or not to worry or whatever you're going to, I'll share it with you. Most people do not do that or share that emotional or that passion with someone else because they think in some way it diminishes them. Lose something if I give you something, that means I have less. I have less to give. That is totally false.
Oh, absolutely.
You will have more because the universe will make sure you have more because you are a giver. And a giver never runs out of anything.
No.
So whatever it is that you feel that you want to share with someone, go ahead. If it's caring for them, or you waiting to say, well, if I care for them, they may not receive it well, or they may not return it to me, for you to get something in return. It's for you to share that which you naturally feel that you should share, and not be afraid or feel that you diminish it because you're not going to get anything in return. It's not for you, and it is for you.
With forgiveness, with loving, with all of that, it is for you. You give of yourself because it helps you. Because I always say that even just to dart back to forgiveness. You forgive for you. You don't have to necessarily forgive for the other person. Because my thing is to always make sure that you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing, and then anything else, you leave that to the universe to correct or to do whatever with. But I always like to make sure that I'm on the right path and that I am showing a person that I say that I care. I want them to know that. Or if you know someone's in need or they have a certain circumstance going on, you don't wait for them to ask. You come to there, try to see what you can do to, or whatever. And I think that is also spiritually being in tune with those that you say that you care for. I think that's very important.
Yeah, but you don't have to like someone to forgive them, or you don't have to forget what they've done in order to forgive them. Forgiveness is for you to free your soul of that burden of holding that against that person because you have to carry that. And anything you carry that's in a negative way affects you in a negative way. So you should not carry it. Mean that you have to hang out with this person anymore. If you forgive them, let it go.
Absolutely.
You just let it go and forget about it and let the universe deal with that because that's something they're going to have to carry, not you.
Right.
And if you do that and practice that in life, that will reduce your and keep you from being depressed.
Right. Well, that's what I say. You got someone that you've been thinking about, with our relationship portion, reach out and the children you haven't talked to, family members you haven't shared with, just reach out and let them know that you're there and that you care. And, I think that's very important to life. Again, you embrace life, life will certainly embrace you back. You're here with Zemrah and Ed here at IntellectualRadio.com. We're feeding the brain and hope we're feeding yours. We'll be back shortly. Come bring me your softness, me through all this madness. Darling, don't you know with you I'm born again. Come, give me your sweetness. I find no weakness. Darling, don't you know, with you I'm born again. I was half, not whole. I was in need of something, and reaching through this old cruel world in need of one. Come on and show me your kindness. In your arms, I know I'll find it. Lying safe within your arms, I'm born again. Lying safe within your arms. And bring me your softness. Comfort me through all this madness. Darling, don't you know, with you I'm born again. Come on and give to me your sweetness. Now with you I find no weakness. Darling, don't you know, with you I'm born again. I was half not home. I was in need of something. I'm reaching through this old cruel world and need a word. Come on and show me your kindness. For in your arms I know I'll find it. Darling, don't you know, with you I'm born again. Darling, don't you know, with you I'm born. Hey, I'm born again, and that's a good
Yes, we
thing.
are.
Yeah. Again, that's another beautiful song from my very irresistible Zemrah, and you can go to cdbaby2.com and grab you up a very irresistible tune. We have so many people that I really want to thank my following for loving my CD. The producer here with Earl Winfrey, he's just an angel. I mean, this is just such a great platform to really be able to push my music. My music is my passion, my love, and God has blessed me giving gifts. So I always appreciate sharing it, and so glad that everyone out there receives it so graciously. Today, again, I want you to make sure that you check me out on Facebook. You go to Zemrah on YouTube and check out my shows. Right now, my website is under construction. We're fixing to come up with something really good, really exciting for you. So I'm really excited about that. And so we got some great things coming up. And so just as we're about to end our segment, again, we're here every Tuesday from 6 to 7, but want to let you know and just ask you the question, which is our question of the day. And we started off with about depression. And we just want to say to you, what are you doing with life? That is our title, Here's to Life. And we understand again that how fast time goes by, how fragile life is. When you embrace life, life embraces you back. All you give is all you get. No complaints, no regrets. I mean, the lyrics to my Here's to Life piece is just so awesome, which we will close with that song because that song is just has such a powerful message to it. And every time I sing it, it just does something to me as well as those that I'm singing it for.
You do.
So, really, really want you to just, sit and think about, where is life taking you? What are you really doing with life? Are you for being able to walk, talk, and breathe and keep moving? You want to be able to show up and show out because that's what life gives you when you embrace it. So we just want you to understand that, nothing is as bad or as difficult as we may think it is. We just have to, roll and go with everything, whatever challenges we might have or whatever, but just to go inside of yourself and decide what is it that you really and truly, need to do with and just to protect your life.
Well, you're going to have to think about, ask yourself, life is life. Life means life does not end. You have been here before, you will come back again if you choose to. And just being on earth in a physical form for 80, 90, 100 years is time. This is just a vacation. This is just a stopping off point. Your life never ends. This is just a segment of your life that will continue after you leave here. So do what you need to do. Do what gives you pleasure. Do what your spirit tells you need to do. Do that. And it doesn't matter about if you made any money because nobody asks how much money you made at your funeral. Nobody cares how much money you made. What you have, you will leave with just about exactly what you came here with. Nothing. In life that are more valuable that you cannot see. So do not place your things, your hopes and your dreams and your trust and your faith into things that you can see. Things are things that are more valuable, things that you cannot see. The love, the loyalty of your close friends and family and other human beings, another expression of you. If you look at another person and like that, you understand why they say, "Do unto others as you would do unto yourself," because they are you, expression of you. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change.
Absolutely. So just treasure those around you, treasure life, and just keep it moving. Again, when you embrace life, life will embrace you back. And I am a firm believer that all you give is all you get. Again, you're here with Zemrah. Right behind me, we have Mr. Tone Duncan coming up with Truth Seekers. It's a new show that's coming up here at Feed the Brain Intellectual Radio right behind Ed and I. So I know he's got some good stuff for you.
Yes,
so again, join us every Tuesday. Just bringing you some good stuff from the heart. We love talking to you and just sharing what we feel inside can make a difference in your life as well as ours. So we hope you have a good evening, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Keep living.
and placing bets. Although I've learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. I've had my share. I've ate my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, hungry still to see what's down another road beyond the hill, and do it all again. So here's and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies. A war